It was a lot more rowdy than it is now, and it was just a different demeanor. I mean, I was 21 when I started here, and there were lots of guys in their 30s and 40s, and so I can remember when we got telephones where you had, the dial push buttons instead of the old rotary. And the first thing the business editor did was he figured out the number sequence to play Mary Has a Little Lamb. He typed it up on a half sheet of paper and put it on the newsroom bulletin board.
There was a time when people still had ashtrays on the desk.
When I first started doing layout, we were still manually waxing the ads and pasting them on, using an aqua pen and drawing them up, cutting them off every day, using the old DEC 1170 computers with green bar reports that would print out at night.
One of the things that stories I like to tell was sports was kind of off in its own department at that point. It actually had a door that you could close, and I walked out of the sports department, looked around, the whole newsroom's empty. Where'd everybody go? And then all of a sudden I'm hearing the scanner, because the scanner is always on, and I'm hearing a reported bomb threat, and I'm listening to the address, and thinking, that's us. That's the Columbian, that's why there's nobody in the newsroom.
Well, I have one funny story where we were changing a blue ink line and it was still under pressure, and we had a pressman standing where the leak occurred, and it covered him from head to toe in blue ink. He's just covered, and when he removed his glasses, he looked like a raccoon, or the opposite of.
Well, I started here in the fall of 1974, and I was kind of a general assignment reporter. We had typewriters that had little optical character readers, and we typed them, and then they got scanned in and punched into perforated tape, and it was just a completely different operation than the way it is now. We had proofreaders. It was entirely different.
We used to take a proof of the customer's ad, deliver it to them, actually sit down at the grocery store and wait for each department, the produce department, the meat department, dairy, to come in and go over their section of the ad and show us what the changes were.
One of the things that happens when you're part of a community for 42 years, you wind up reporting on people you know. And again, sometimes, as in the case of one of the Campbells, you're writing the story about their death. Gretchen Fraser was an Olympic skier that I got to meet later, long after she won her gold medal in the 1948 Olympics. She would show up periodically, typically when there was a Winter Olympics going on, and it was always a fun time to catch up with her. When she died, I wrote the story.
During my career here, I've got to ride a helicopter up into the crater of Mount St. Helens in 2 years after the eruption and climb up on the lava dome. I've just got to do just a lot of fun things.